It is draft day. Thank goodness. Today we circle on the calendar. Thrilled to have you with us on MLB Central. Lauren Shahadi, Robert Flores, Mark DeRosa, and are you kidding me? We have made it, gentlemen. Guy Fieri joining us today on this Wednesday. Good morning to you, Guy. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm talking to you from the campground in beautiful Cedar City, Utah. We're down here with the family, going to the off-road parks and having a little family vacation. But today's a very special day, so I said, you know what? I would love to talk about this guy.
Love it. You're talking about Spencer Torkelson. You will be watching, I'm sure, MLB Network tonight, as all of us will be largely thought to go number one. Tell us about him.
Well, I've known Spencer for, going on 7 years now, and I'm good friends with his parents. His mom happens to be my CFO. And talk about a really interesting, unique family. And I remember when I first met Spencer, and our whole community in Northern California, we live up in the wine country, everybody knew about Spencer. You know, he was an outstanding athlete in basketball and baseball and football, and I mean, just a really well-rounded person. And so as I got to meet him, and I knew, and he was getting ready to go off to college, everybody's kind of whispering, especially my baseball friends are like, you know, this kid's gonna. And I'm like, really? I've never known anybody that's gone from the high school level into playing pros. I know a lot of people in the pros, a lot of people in college, but I've never seen this beginning. And just an amazing journey for an amazing guy.
Hey, Guy, did you play ball as a kid growing up?
Not at Spencer's level. I was really happy with Little League second base, and I was not. That's why I became a cook.
I always say, but everybody's got that one moment, that little league moment. You could take yourself back. You must have gotten a big knock or hit a huge home run that changed the whole landscape of your life.
Well, you know what? There is a very funny moment, and it was Jamboree Day, and we were playing. I played on a team outside of my town. That's the team I played for. I played for the Yankees, and we were up against the Red Sox, and I was leadoff. And I drill it. Oh, it's my glorious hit. This is going to be my season. And it takes a bad hop and hits my good friend right in the face. So as I'm running fast first and I jump over him to go to second, I got called back to first. That was the day. That was it. I felt terrible. I got the best hit I probably ever had, and I hurt my friend.
Are you going to become a Tigers fan if he goes number one? What's your loyalty?
I've been out to Detroit a couple different times doing diners, drive-ins, and dives, and really, I mean, we know we're in just such a crazy time right now, and I think that Detroit has definitely got the baseball energy. You know, I went there to install a game. I threw a pitch out there at the game. I almost hit a reporter with the ball. But there's got to be some better protocol, by the way. You know, you go out there to throw the ball, and they're like, okay, go out on the mound. And I'm like, I didn't warm up. I've been in the hall. You know, I've been talking with everybody. And I think anybody that's thrown the first pitch out gets a little bit of those first pitch jitters. But fortunately, I didn't hit the anchor person that was doing the interview on the I think over at first base, by the way. I threw the ball. But no, it's great. I think it's going to be dynamite. Matter of fact, I do have my beautiful New Era fitted Detroit hat that I was telling Spencer about yesterday. So I will be wearing it, and I will be proudly attending some games.
Guy, maybe you're underselling your athletic prowess a little bit, because I mean, I did see this. You were on the cover of Madden 2020 or Madden 21, and now granted, I mean that's quite an accomplishment there.
We're talking MLB right now. I didn't know we were getting into my whole football career. I mean, are we going to talk rodeo also? Let's not get into my whole singing opera. You know, it's just, it's not really about me right now. It's about our boy Spencer. And no, I have a great social media team, and they just love that. The stuff that we come up with is pretty funny. But Madden, if you've ever met Coach Madden, you would know how funny that was. Even funnier for me to have happen, because I know when I see him next, he'll go, "What was that?" You know, he'll give me a little hit for it.
Yeah.
Guy, you said you went to Detroit for diners, drive-ins, and dives. Where should Spencer frequent if he is in fact chosen there?
You know what? I wish I had the advice for him, but I do have good buddies there. You know, my buddy Kid Rock lives in Detroit and has a real good, you know, I mean, he has a complete lay of the land. And matter of fact, that's how we ended up going there. Bobby and I started talking, and I said, I want to come up and shoot Triple D in Detroit, where should I go? And boom, 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 he gave me a whole laundry list. So, the city continues to grow and develop. And I think that he's going to find some, great history. I mean, that's one of the things I was talking to him about yesterday. And I said, where do you think you're going to end up? And how do you think this is going to go? And what do you know about it? And I said, how do you feel? And I mean, the kid is just, I shouldn't call him kid anymore. He's a grown man now, but he's just, he's excited. He's enthusiastic. He's recognizing the opportunity. And I really think that it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great for Detroit to get that, that energy, that NorCal, that super kid energy. And I think it'll be great for him to get out of where we've been living in Northern California because it's two totally different worlds.
Yeah. Guy, you hosted recently, Guy's Grocery Games, and there was a couple old-timer baseball players. Rich Aurelia, he came out to.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Oh. Did you say old-timers?
That's what we call ourselves.
Can someone please send this to me so I can send this to Rich?
Hey, I remember when Rich used to come up to hit. He came out to Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. It used to get me so fired up.
He is all those guys. I'm not kidding you. Such wonderful dudes, and still, I got to be honest with you, they're still so Tito. I mean, you stand there and talk to Rich, you grab Rich by there. I'm like, hey, buddy, and you're like, wait a second, this guy's still ready to go. I mean, don't when you say old timers, I don't think of those dudes as old, and I still think that they would jump back in a moment's notice.
Hey, it's going one or two ways when you retire. You either stay in shape or it's over and you look terrible.
True that.
It's not like a disease or something.
Guy, we love mascots around here. Robert loves Orbit. We all know the Philly Fanatic is #1, but the Rocky Mountain Vibes mascot name is Toasty. I know you know where I'm going with this. He is your doppelganger. Yes or no? You agree?
You know what? I don't know that I can take that on. I think he's got more energy and definitely more fan appeal than I do. So I think that, I mean, I'm taking that as a compliment. I think that would have to be. I think that's how I would say. I can't say doppelganger. I think that might drag him down.
You got it. Hey, Guy, what's the worst thing on your travels you've ever eaten?
Ooh.
Worst food you've ever tasted?
Ooh, that's good.
On diners, drive-ins, and dives, or this current vacation that I'm on with the family?
Anything.
I can't. See, I don't even focus on that. Like, people ask me all the time, I watched that one episode that you did, and you didn't like the thing.
It wasn't good.
Like, well, if I didn't like it, you didn't see it. And they say, well, you didn't love it. I said, okay, now that is a truth. There's an album of music, and you have the 3 songs that you love that you wear out on the album, that you play on the cassette. You guys aren't old enough to remember cassettes, and rewinding it and playing it and rewinding it and playing it. And then there's the ones that you like, and then there's the one you're like, I wouldn't care if that was on or off. So I don't put it on the show. It doesn't make diners, drive-ins, and dives if it's not in that category of like, love, and can't live without. So I don't really have places. We've done over 1,300 locations on diners, drive-ins, and dives with Friday's Food Network. Shameless plug. We've done so many locations that we're so good at being ahead of it and knowing what's going on that we really don't find ourselves falling into any pitfalls. Have we had some? Yes. I think that what I've been more. I think what the toughest thing is when I fly into an airport late at night, and we go to a lot of small towns to feature the show, and we have to have vending machine buffet because the hotel doesn't have any restaurants open. That's been some of the worst meals, because that, when you're getting ready, you start getting your palate ready to go enjoy all this great food. And next thing you know, the kitchen's closed, and you're trying to figure out how to make these items and that canned chicken turn out to be a great. And that's where Triple D came from. Triple G came from.
I love it. So good. Hey, Guy, we love spending time with you. Thanks so much. The draft is tonight on MLB Network. Before we go, DeRo, 1996. I remember, by the way, so many moments in draft history, one of which, Mike Trout in studio waiting for his name to be called, looking to his mom, his dad, when am I going to be chosen? Worked out okay for him. But 96, waiting for that phone call, DeRo, what was that like?
Unbelievable. I remember my dad stayed home from work. My mom was so nervous. She went to work. She didn't want to wait around. The draft started around noon. You wait for the phone with your dad and your brother. boom, Dayton Moore called, now the GM of the Kansas City Royals. He was a scout with the Atlanta Braves and said, we just drafted you in the 7th round, which, by the way, wouldn't have been drafted in today's with it only being 5 rounds. But it is a moment you'll never get back, regardless of if you go a little bit lower than you think you should have went. Enjoy the moment, man. You're getting drafted by a big league team, a chance to live out a lifelong dream. So yeah, it was pretty special.
Dreams made tonight, 7 Eastern on MLB Network. Coverage starts at 5. Guy Fieri will be watching, wearing the Old English D, cheering on Spencer. Thank you so much for joining us. Great for us.
I really appreciate it, and I did it all because I'm such a fan of Spencer, and not just Spencer. I sent out a press release, and I said I'm not just proud of this guy as a baseball player. I'm proud of him as a person and as a young man. And he's always put himself. He's always taken this very seriously. He's always worked really hard. He's very considerate. We've had him up to our ranch several times, and he's just considerate. I mean, he's the well-rounded package, and I think that MLB is going to be so happy. I think Detroit's going to be thrilled to get him. And as we talked yesterday, just about what are going to be the next steps coming up, he just has his head on his shoulders. Really, really sound, balanced kid, young man. And I'm excited. I'm nervous. You know that I just hearing you talk about your mom going to work and hearing that we're all kind of having this conversation. Like, okay, no, listen, I can't have everybody messing around. I got to make sure that the TV, we're getting satellite signal. I want to be tuned into this. We got to have it. Got to have his mom on the phone. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun for all of us. 7 Eastern on the network. Guy Fieri, we appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day. We will see you all on Friday on Central. Stay safe and take care, everyone.
Thanks, guys.